Good morning, my friends. My name is Lama Jigme. This is the Buddha Joy Meditation School. Welcome to Meditative Musings. I read a delightful quote. It was penned by Janet Fitch, who gave us White Oleander. Find someone who tremble for your touch, someone whose fingers are a poem. Far too often, in our loneliness and in our fear, we settle for someone who's settling for us, and that's a recipe for great dissatisfaction. Sometimes the universe is like W.C. Fields. Hey, universe, I want a twin flame. That's great, kid. Now, what will we settle for? Someone who barely tolerates me? Yeah, that does not end well, my friends. So, let's settle for someone we find amazing and who mutually finds us amazing in a mutually compatible way. Well, that's it. Problem solved. Not so much. All of us have experienced the frustration of saying, hey, that's a great thing to manifest. How the hell do I manifest it? And it's very easy to squander our lives making wish lists and trying to connive them or manifest them into existence. What an efficient way of squandering our lives. Many people say, I need to get leverage on myself. I need to know complete dissatisfaction till I get what I want when I want it. No, that's not the path of peace or joy or fulfillment. Yes, we must be mindful of what we need. We must be mindful of what we desire. But constantly reaching off of our center for what we want or what we think we want is not only exhausting, but it's going to make us miserable. The key is to be centered. And in that center, let go and be spontaneous. Not a chaotic spontaneity, a centered spontaneity. That is why it is written in the second chapter of the Tao Te Ching when describing the sage. Things arise and she lets them come. Things disappear and she lets them go. It doesn't say she doesn't care if they come, she doesn't care if they go, but she lets them. And that's important. We all experience pull. I want my next breath. I want my next paycheck. I want a place to live. I want to be healthy. I want my twin flame. I want my twin flame to want me. We all want these things. But this pulling, this wanting, this greed can make us a little crazy. But there is no on-off switch. And I would ask you to stop wanting those things. I would ask you to find a way to make peace with your greed and dissatisfaction. And so I'm going to give you 4 sets of exercises to do that right now. The goal of these exercises is not to get what you want when you want it, because that's just making us greater slaves to greed. The goal of this exercise is to be mindful of our greed and take that energy and convert it into, instead of just greed for me, but greed for others. In other words, transform greed into love. Now, there are some people, including the Dalai Lama, who feel that doing this will create the karmic causes to get what you want. And I've seen the logic in that. But if we play with these 4 exercises as a scheme to get what we want, we're still slaves of our desire. So perhaps it's easier or more healthy to say, I'm feeling greed for this wholesome thing. I can see in my life that greed can make me a little nutty, So I'm going to transform this greed into personal and communal and global and universal love. I'll be more loving, a little bit less nutty, and when this good thing comes, I'll be in a centered place to receive it. And while I'm waiting for it to come, I'll be in a centered place of peace. It's been my experience that love breeds joy, and I don't think any of us have an excess of joy. So let's play with this right now. This is the good old Standby, the Fantastic Four, not to be confused with the comic book series. The first one is just an awareness training on our preparatory practice is on the in-breath. On the out-breath to silently and mentally recite active out-breath. And then to do so, breathe out actively. On the in-breath, we mentally and silently recite passive in-breath. And then we breathe in passively. Active out-breath, passive in-breath. Exercise 1. On the out-breath, mentally recite the question, what noticing? On the in-breath, recite the intention, relaxing. Second set of exercises. On the first breath, twin flame for me, relaxing. Second breath, twin flame for neighbors, relaxing. Third breath, twin flame for earthlings, all earthlings, whether they walk, crawl, swim, or fly. Twin flame for earthlings, relaxing. Third exercise is the same as the first. What noticing? Relaxing. We conclude with the fourth exercise. Twin flame for each being, relaxing. And that's a reference to every being in the universe. Twin flame for each being, relaxing. Now, this exercise does not make us Gandalf the Grey. We're not some Tolkien wizard able to create things out of nothing. That ain't our job. Our job is to practice mindfulness, insight, and love. My friends, may our spontaneity flow from compassion's centering and letting go. Bye-bye now.